is about YouTube, racism, and favoritism. CoryxKenshin makes, from what I understand, he makes YouTube Let's Play videos. That's just, you know, that's what YouTubers call video game streams. And he seems like a cool dude. He seems like a very cool dude. Cory is so family friendly that he goes beyond, above and beyond what other content creators on YouTube aren't even doing, where he even bleep out curse words in the game itself. He is very family friendly. I mean, he's got 14 million views. He's one of the largest YouTubers on the planet, obviously. And yeah, someone in the chat said, I let my 13-year-old watch him. Exactly.
YouTube. You guys either play favorites, you are racist, or it's a mix of the two. These are the three options, YouTube. Which one is it? Here's my proof. I've been doing YouTube a long time, okay? I never want to be that guy, oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, these issues are happening because I'm black. There have been certain situations that I looked at kind of funny. I said, it could be because of that, but nah, I'm not trying to press that. I don't want to build that narrative around my YouTube channel. This time, I can no longer let it slide. This loaded the mortuary assistant. A lot of you would know it got age restricted because the following video I did, I let you guys know it got age restricted. YouTube didn't tell me why. I saw that all these other YouTubers were playing the mortuary assistant and only my video seemed to be age restricted. And I looked for like an hour, 2 hours. I was scrolling all different types of people's video. No one else's was age restricted. Typical. Appeal rejected.
Classic.
They doubled down. The policy team said, no, Cory, your video is restricted for good reason. We're not going to tell you why, but it's restricted. That's our final decision.
Classic.
My YouTube rep, who isn't on the policy team, he looked at my video and he said, hey, it could possibly be this part at the end where the woman was battling some depression, and I'm just going to leave it there. So I looked at that part.
Stop saying letting him explain. I've already watched this video. I'm doing a YouTube video describing to you and also everyone else that will maybe watch this YouTube video what he is going to describe. I already watched this video. Shut the fuck up, chatters. Okay? Shut up. I know you watched the YouTube video as well. Okay? Shut the fuck up, you dumb motherfuckers. Can I just please do commentary without you coming in and be like, I know better. He's going to say it. Let him talk.
The first thing I did was try to find other YouTubers who had that part, or at least a part similar. Now, Markiplier, I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I just want you to know I have a lot of respect for you, and I didn't mean to drag you into the middle of this. And he had the same situation going on, and his video wasn't age restricted.
Markiplier isn't family friendly. There's cursing and everything. He's just never said the N-word in general. Yes. And this is actually the larger point that I want to make. You've arrived at the correct point, chatter. Because Markiplier is white and doesn't say the N-word, the bar is super fucking low for white content creators in becoming the face of YouTube. Because there's plenty of other large YouTube content creators who are white who have said the N-word, okay? So that's the point. And YouTube itself, and I'm jumping from point to point here, but Markiplier's YouTube video is not age restricted. They come back to Cory and they say, "Oh, my bad," after he basically makes this call out. And sorry, he's Asian. He's not white. Sorry. He's white passing. But he's not black. The point is he's not black. Shut the fuck up. So incredibly difficult doing, especially when it's a situation that isn't like, when it's something that a lot of fucking dumbass chatters know enough about, so they can like chime in and chirp and fucking do the thing. It's like me playing a video game. You know more about the video game than me, so you like can't shut the fuck up in the chat. You gotta chirp, 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 chirp. Trying to ignore the chat as best as I can. Okay. So it's not Markiplier's fault that he's a good person.
Why did it take Markiplier's clip in order for them to reverse the decision? My YouTube rep gets back with me. He wants to hop on a call. We get on the phone for about 10, 15 minutes, and I tell him, I've been feeling like this for a long time. I've been feeling like every single time that I come back to YouTube, I'm #1 trending for a few days, and then they find some arbitrary issue.
Used to be, way back in the day, just whichever YouTube video had the most views. That changed relatively quickly, but now the trending tab is a mixture of like whichever YouTube videos are popping, but also there is a manual control over what gets put on the trending tab. I think YouTube also likes showcasing diversity as long as it's not like, you know, the face of the company, but always loves beefing up diversity initiatives, making it seem like they care about the LGBT community, making it seem like they care about, you know, their black content creators or brown content creators. That's certainly something that YouTube wants to present themselves as doing. It's marketing for the most part. The other reason why they have to do it is because YouTube undoubtedly was racist and still is incredibly racist in its content moderation. It's just the fucking truth. What do I mean by this? Because I know that I even after talking to some people like Ludwig, for example, there was a side of YouTube that they had not even thought about. A side of YouTube that I'm from, that I actually grew up in, basically. Political YouTube. The largest consistent content creators on YouTube aren't necessarily iShowSpeed, that have been around for a very long time, way before iShowSpeed even existed. The largest live streamers on YouTube are not people like Dr. Disrespect. They're people like Steven Crowder, Tim Pool, and Ben Shapiro. And before that, Joe Rogan. All the neck-bearded, quartering style, Sargon of Akkad, and even way worse, literal fucking Nazis on their platform. And they knew about it. They knew that this was happening on their platform. They let it thrive. They did not try to tweak the algorithm. They did not try to stop it. They didn't try to do anything about it. Do you want to know why I know that? Because I was working with YouTube and Google at the time when I was at the Young Turks. And every time I interacted with any Google employee or any YouTube employee, this was the #1 thing I brought up. It was such a gigantic problem for the past fucking 10 years almost on YouTube that I brought it up all the fucking time. Now, things have gotten better. Things have gotten better on YouTube. You no longer have like overt, openly Nazi content creators gain prominence. They still have their accounts and whatnot, but it is never, it's not as powerful or as prescient or as popular as it used to be. But there was a time and place where YouTube had a alt-right rabbit hole. Okay, you could very easily fall down it. Some of you in this community probably fell down it back in the day in the Gamergate era. You have people like PewDiePie who themselves might have even fallen down that similar rabbit hole at a certain point in time. That was basically that era of YouTube makes what you see with Andrew Tate look laughable. That era of YouTube might have played a fundamental role in the Unite the Right rally, having as many people in attendance as it did, the first one. Okay? Straight up.